Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather health review for September 26, 2025. We do keep graphics of our maps at tpatw.com. We do have a rather active surface map for the 26th. We have fronts cutting across the northern portions of the country, but the most active front is hanging from Delaware clear on down through western North Carolina to the Florida Panhandle, and an area of insurgent moisture moving up into some sections of the Four Corners. Looking to our vitality index, which is a composite of all of the elements that might be able to have an impact on human health, and we're drawn almost immediately to the northern plains. We have a little bit of activity going on here in the Pacific Northwest, a lot of unsettled activity in the Four Corners, and we do have some moisture and unsettled weather still hanging down in the extreme southeast. Looking to specific weather elements, we have pressure change, that is, and we have rising pressure across the eastern portions of Washington, northern Idaho into Montana. We have rising pressure right along the New York-Canadian border, and we have a significant area of falling pressure down the plains from the Dakotas down through Nebraska into western Kansas, western Oklahoma, and the Texas Panhandle. Temperature change is also interesting, with falling temperatures across the Pacific Northwest and Montana. We have a little bit of bubbles rising pressure here in central and northern California, and a significant change with rising and falling temperatures here in the Four Corners. Looking at moisture change, we do see a lot of moisture change going on here in the western portions of the country, from the high plains to the Rockies. Bubbles of warming pressure here in the high plains. Southern California, extremely interesting, where we have a very narrow ridge with rises and falling temperatures at the same time. You can see that moisture influx here in the east and mostly along and behind the front, and you can see a really significant surge of moisture trying to move up into the Four Corners. Instability is actually trying to move away from the country, although it is still ahead and along that front, especially in the extreme southeast, and a lot of convective activity here in Florida. Looking to POI, which is our most significant area of looking at the oxygen availability for human health, and you can see we have a significant risk of migraines here in eastern Washington, eastern Oregon, all across Idaho, and for a large portion of Montana. We have an interesting issue with migraine risk here in the southwesternmost portions of the Four Corners. We also have that risk of migraine right along the Canadian border with the U.S. We do have a risk of migraine from eastern Pennsylvania up into upstate New York and the southern portions of New England. Spotty nature of migraine risk across the south from the eastern Carolinas through Georgia back to Louisiana. Not so much in Florida. We do have arthritis and asthma risk, especially up and down the plains, the Dakotas, into extreme northwestern Minnesota, cutting across the eastern portions of South Dakota, Nebraska, western Kansas, almost all of the Oklahoma and Texas Panhandle down to West Texas. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. Comments are appreciated, and if you hurt, let us know where you're located.